Walking Dead were in the same season.
Well, it's gonna happen next season. It's when the
they're about to end. The Game of Thrones is about to end.
No. I'm saying when the White Walkers come down the wall, then you have your Walking Dead.
Mashup.
Yeah, y'all better know spoilers, man. I'm on season 1 right now, bro.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but man, I will say this: last season had me fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. Last episode.
Because I'm on season 1. Like, I'm actually glad that I didn't like watch it while it was hot. Like, now I got a whole bunch of
It's hot now. I think this is the biggest season.
Isn't it the last season though?
No.
Well, they broke this. They broke this season up into 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one more.
Yeah, next
there's gonna be another 10 episodes.
Okay.
No, not even 10. It's only 6.
It's only 6. Yeah.
They're supposed to be much longer though. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but every episode this season has been like a season finale episode of every other season.
Definitely.
The only one I didn't like was episode 2. It was good, but I felt like out of all of them, it was the weakest. But the last 2 episodes, I'm like, I need next week. Like, next week needs to be.
You're gonna be suffering after this week, bro. You have to wait a whole year.
It's gonna hurt.
We live, people.
No more Game of Thrones talk.
Spoilers.
We don't want that stigma Weapon Will has.
Shots. Yeah, we ain't gonna spoil none. We ain't gonna spoil none like BG around here. But what's going on, people? What's going on? A Press Start Podcast, episode 32. We back. Another week, another podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the guests. Today we got, one of my favorite people. Tony, say what up.
What's going on, people? Toxic Tony in the house.
Toxic Tony. That's a unique word.
And we got Eric. He hasn't been on in a while. So I'm glad to have him.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Feeling blessed to be on Press Start. Let's go.
And we got Gaming Addict,
my friend.
Gaming Addict.
What's going on, you guys? Representing the Planet Xbox podcast and Iron Lords podcast.
And we got, my beautiful panel. We got Jack, no homo.
Pause. Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's Jack Moon, man. The guru at Giddy Up. But you can also call me your pony commissioner.
I got a quick question for you, Kofi. Did you tell him he couldn't do that on Weapon Will? Because
I was
wondering that.
You know what it is? Y'all want to know what it is, man?
What's up?
A lot of people that watch Weapon Will, I don't fuck with them. So I'm gonna be real. I don't feel the need to do that on there, bro.
He's stepping out, man. He's looking to step out.
Like, I was just about to bring up, the trademark seems exclusive to Press Start Podcast now.
I mean, I'm gonna do it again on Weapon Will. It's just I don't really fuck with a lot of the viewers. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Shout out to the real viewers though. I fuck with y'all.
And we got, Press Start Podcast's first lady, Erica. Say what up.
And the co-host, don't forget that. I'm co-host tonight.
Co-host
yeah, J-Main's not here. So yeah, what's going on, you guys? Happy to be here. Let's get into it.
It's like, so if you both are here, do you have that co-host split between you both now? Like, I'm confused how that's going to work.
Split the money.
Yeah, so like she said, J-Main's not here today. My brother ain't here today. He busy, so he couldn't make it today.
First also, Suplex City.
Also, the fake White Bond is also not here.
Oh,
he's gonna be probably arriving late, he said, but we'll see how it goes. I might not even invite his ass back onto this podcast.
Oh damn, keep it going. Oh man.
I just talk facts. All right, let's get into the topics. Gamescom happened. So let's just get into the bullshit, man. Let's talk about Xbox's live stream. Game Addict, what was your thoughts?
I mean, when it comes down to it, I think I was in the wrong for expecting a whole lot. But at the same time, it's like, look, and my personal thought I thought was going on is like, why would they announce the cancellation of Crackdown 4 days before Gamescom? Like that timing made no sense to me. And I was like, unless, first off, the reason they did that is because Gamescom Crackdown multiplayer is nowhere to be found. That's the reason they did it. So I thought that, maybe they're wanting to show the bad publicity, the bad.
Oh
news
shit, yo, my bad, yo. I didn't, yo, I forgot to introduce somebody else.
Yeah, Eric, right?
Oh.
Yo,
Eric,
man,
Eric.
not Eric.
Yeah.
Our new viewer. He's a viewer of the podcast. My bad. I don't know why I didn't.
Man, messing up
It's cool.
already.
I'm slipping, man.
Yeah,
It's cool, yo.
Do I need to take over? Should
Man,
take
I
over
will say
again?
one thing: Kid Swift don't forget people in the podcast. Okay.
Yo, I actually haven't forgot someone in a long time. Remember the last time I forgot someone was Hip Hop Gamer Dog? This guy was sitting there.
How you gonna forget hip-hop, son?
I actually really do apologize.
Our
We
bad.
got
It's
a
cool.
viewer. We got a viewer of the podcast, and he's new. Shout out to John. Why don't you do an introduction?
What's up? I guess. I mean,
That's a hell of an introduction, bro.
All right, yo,
No
my
intro
bad.
for you guys.
My bad, Game Addict. Game
it's-
Addict.
it's
Go
fine.
ahead.
I mean, it's like I said, I shouldn't have expected a whole lot, but at the same time, I was like, they coming from L to L to L. I was like, I felt like, you know, they needed to do something to really hype up the brand. But at the end of the day, you know, they called everyone's bluff. They, you know, they're like, people, you say you ain't buying shit, but we know at the end of the day, everyone's gonna go out and buy an X that wants an X. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Eric, what was your thoughts?
I mean, it was what I thought it was going to be, but you
Okay.
kind of like, I don't know. Microsoft has like this ability to kind of finesse you a little bit, and you always like hope against hope. And kind of going into it, you know, with like Attic was just saying, you know, they cancel Scalebound, like not Scalebound, sorry, what's the
they're notorious.
Crackdown.
They're notorious
Right now.
for that bait and switch. They'll
Right.
they'll hype you up for something, and then when it doesn't happen, they're like, "Yo, we didn't tell you to be hyped. I don't know why you were hyped."
right. So the hype was, we got like a special announcement type thing, and then everything started leaking, and of course we figured out that the special announcement was like the Scorpio version of, you know, the Xbox One X, which I was like, okay, I kind of could see that coming, but I don't know, it was just, I felt that they were, you know, the show was whatever, but they were holding people hostage because they knew what people were really there for.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we're just
like
waiting for the
the show.
pre-order to go live, you know, and I think, yeah, they would have said that at the top of the show, people would have been, that viewership would have went, whoo.
It would have went so low. They would have been like, "Yo, let's just quit. They ain't no one watching."
Exactly. So, but I find it funny, you know, I'm not trying to make it like, you know, hating on the Xbox thing, but remember like 2015 PSX?
Yeah.
And people kept going in on dude for saying hit after hit after hit, right?
Yeah.
You can say the same thing about that Gamescom show.
Yeah.
You know, the way they were hyping everything, you know?
Yeah. Eric,
World
what was your
premieres.
thoughts?
Where do we even begin? I didn't really have expectations at all, but like Gaming Addict was saying, when you cancel Crackdown like 4 days before, I was thinking in my mind, okay, maybe they got to have something good. Maybe there's a brand new game we don't know about. There has to be something. And so I kind of went into the, you know, watching it thinking that. And when they started talking about controllers and they started talking about, I almost lost it. I was legit mad. I was legit
Hey,
getting pissed.
I will say one thing though. I roll my eyes at the controller thing. It doesn't really bother me, but I think it's funny how that's the speculation and people keep announcing new controllers. But this time I completely are for what they did with the controller, because it's not like they were, a lot of the markets that they are opening the controllers up to related to where they were in the country, in the world. So I understand why that was there this time. Like that had to be
I
there
see.
this time.
I
They
think
even
it's
had
just
a bowl
because,
of them.
yeah, the bowl, like it's candy or something. But I think it's just because of the perception of like all they have is controllers and not enough games, and you know what I mean. So it was kind of like funny, but at the same time, it was frustrating. So I was just, I don't know. I was like, half the time I was bored, half the time I was frustrated watching it, and I had to end up going to Kofi's podcast or stream to get myself through it, because I had to kind of like communicate with people and make sure I wasn't the only one feeling this way. And that kind of got me through it. So thanks, Kofi, for that.
I for
I
real
mean,
fell asleep.
A lot of people said if it wasn't for my stream, like they couldn't have
The
gone
blanket,
through that
the
shit.
blanket made it awesome. Like you brought out the blanket and everything.
I legitly for real fell asleep. I worked graveyard shift. I stayed up for the thing. And like, I remember being like 20, 30 minutes into it. And then I just woke up. I was like, oh, I missed the rest of it. I wonder what happened.
Yo, Jack,
Yo,
you seen
He
it?
didn't watch that.
I watched it.
I know he
watched
did.
it.
I know he
I
did.
watched it. And Gamescom 2017, Xbox, whatever the fuck it was, showing, it reaffirmed my and many others' suspicions that Xbox ain't got no goddamn games, man. And listen, only thing I can say is the showing was spooky to say the least. First of all, what they show, I think they showed like 3 old Kinect games getting remastered for the Xbox One X. So I mean,
That's
I guess
when I really rolled my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that's crazy. I guess they remastered Age of Empires as well, and then they got Age of Empires 4 coming out, but it's PC. A lot of people's upset about that. You know, I was watching with my homie Blaze, and I was joking. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if somebody pulled out a controller and was like, "Oh, here's the Gamescom I'm a fuck nigga edition," right? I was just joking. Halfway through the goddamn show, man, somebody pulled out a controller that said Gamescom, and I said, "You know what, bro? I gotta leave. I'm gonna take it. I'll stop watching the goddamn event." Okay, so after that, I don't know what happened. I don't know what to say, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Can we comment on Aaron Greenberg too? Just being
hey,
the biggest liar.
Oh God, we about to get to that.
Wasn't he the guy that said Xbox has the biggest exclusives? Wasn't he that?
Yeah. So, yo, John, what's your thoughts on the Gamescom?
I mean, I didn't expect much, honestly. It's just Xbox being Xbox, I guess.
All right, Tony.
Yo, by the way, speaking about controllers, didn't you guys find it funny that on that little table they had a bowl of controllers? I am not making that shit up. Now, here's the thing. Like, I came into this shit like late because I didn't know they were gonna have the Gamescom thing on Sunday. I thought it was gonna be on Monday, right? But I think maybe it was Monday to the Germans. I don't know. So I go in there, I'm like, yo, I missed this shit. Like, what I miss? And everybody's like, Tony, don't even bother watching this shit. Like, don't bother. Everybody was telling me that. So I'm like, let me just keep watching. Yo, this shit was, you know, your conference or show, whatever, is bad when the highlight is the fucking indie games, man. This thing was a fucking waste of time, bro. They didn't show shit. You know, and it's funny because the Xbox guys were hyping this up, like, yo, that conference that's hot. I'm like, did you see the same thing I did, bro? Because that was fucking horrible.
I think most people thought it was actually trash. I
don't think I've seen one person try to damage control.
I've seen a couple guys damage controlling this shit, bro.
I haven't.
Yeah, most people. I think. Yeah, he probably has. You know, Tony has a lot of crazy Xbox fans that attack him and stuff like that. Yo, but let me give you guys my thoughts on this real quick. Look. I wasn't even going to live stream this event. I wasn't hyped for this event at all. It's Gamescom. When has Gamescom ever been like something crazy like E3? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even hyped for it, to be honest. But I'm like, I went on Twitter. I'm like, hey, guys, you guys think I should stream the live stream? Everyone said, yeah, I should do it. Telling me, please, I should do it. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me just fire up the camera. I did all that last minute. Started watching. So going into this Gamescom, I wasn't expecting anything. I was holding hope that hopefully we could see something good though, like like everyone else. Hopefully, maybe it'll be a cool little surprise in there, right? To my, I was sad to see that there wasn't none. You know what I'm saying? What really pissed me off was that they re-showed a lot of the same trailers. Look, this Gamescom could have been so much better if honestly they brought new Forza 7 gameplay, new State of Decay gameplay.
That was the biggest smack.
I wonder why they do that.
Yeah, they brought new Sea of Thieves gameplay.
I saw that
all the old shit from E3. If they actually brought like new content from them, it would have been better. You know what I'm saying? It would have actually been better. But the fact that they replayed the same trailers, some of them just cut up different, was really frustrating. And the 2 new games that they announced were builder games. There were Jurassic Park Evolution and some Survive Mars game, 2 builder games. And I was just like, oh my God. Because every time, it's just the wording that pisses me off about Microsoft. Every time, like, they kind of say, oh, we got 7 world premieres. Like, how they just say shit, right? How they say shit, like, gets you like, okay, yo, maybe they got some shit. But when they show a world premiere and they bust out Recore, that kind of fucking pisses people off. You know what I'm saying?
What I knew was bad is when they said war premiere in the first trailer was a war premiere and it was Assassin's Creed. I was like, yep, this is done.
How you be like world premiere and you show a CGI trailer of Assassin's Creed, which is already announced. So like that's just the things that just cheeses me about Microsoft. Like they kind of try to finesse a little bit, right?
I didn't see that,
which is kind of annoying. But yeah, overall, I was disappointed. I wasn't even expecting anything from this live stream, and I was still disappointed at the end of the day. And yeah, like how you guys said, when they announced that Disney or the Kinect games in 4K, I kind of rolled at my eyes. I literally had to bust out the blanket and take a 5-second lap and shit. I was just going crazy. I just wanted to pull my hair out. No, honestly, if it wasn't for the people in the chat, I probably wouldn't have survived that live stream, man. Because I've
said multiple times, I personally feel like resolution ruined this entire generation for gaming. Because I feel like, at first it was about the 1080p and not about gameplay mechanics or anything. Now everyone's on the 4K hype train.
You know what it is? Look, that shit was just something to talk about early on in the generation because there wasn't a lot of games, really. You know what I'm saying? But now that we're 4 years in, now the conversation obviously has moved on. Like all that, no one gives a shit about that. When a console first launches, what's there really to talk about? Both consoles don't really have so much exclusives. There's not a shit ton of games. So people were emphasizing resolution, this, that. But now we're 4 years in. You know what I'm saying? People don't really give a shit about that as much anymore. People honestly want to see the games. We're 4 years into the generation and Microsoft hasn't really been delivering on too much on the games front. But overall, yo, thoughts on the event was pretty poor, man.
There was one high note. I mean, Cuphead looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
so to see that game again, just to see some more gameplay, I was happy about that.
That's the part. Yeah, that's the part that really frustrated me the most. Is like when I saw Forza and it was like, is that the same gameplay from E3? And some of the parts like, no, it can't be. I was like, nah, dude, that is the same.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why would they do that though? Like, why?
I don't know. You know what kind of you know what cheesed me when they pulled back the Xbox Scorpio trailer? That shit just cheesed me. What was the point of that?
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
It's like they literally after E3 they packed up everything.
And did you hear the announcers that are? Oh, I got chills again.
It's like they packed. It's like they packed up everything from E3 and they're like, where do you want us to unload it? Just put it on the plane.
The reason they do that, I'm not defending that shit because I can understand what y'all talking about. The reason they do that though, for the audience, like y'all was talking about earlier, they don't expect people to watch Gamescom to have watched E3. That's just the way they view it.
It does.
They just think they ain't watching. But of course, we all we gamers, we watch the shit. So we bro, what are y'all doing?
I feel like a majority of the hardcore German gamers watched E3 too.
E3.
Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. That's just the way they viewing it, though. You know how they is.
I barely watched Gamescom, honestly.
I mean, when it comes down to the whole Xbox brand, it's just like, look, like the narrative needs to be took away. Everyone's scared of their first party lineup, and they, to this day, have not showed us anything to make us think different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, but you talk to certain fans, and they say, "Well, Phil said." Well, Phil, I'm like, you're letting the minority speak for the majority. Well, that's exactly what I've been saying. I was like, this whole thing, all this Scorpio stuff, I feel like they listen to one side of the base. Mm-hmm. And personally, honestly, I felt like looking at these, the Scorpio console, I was like, this is like a trophy for, Year of the Scorpio for anybody who was rocking with it the hardest. I look at them like, I'd rather just have like the regular Xbox One X. Mm-hmm. Without
the Scorpio edition.
Yeah, I'm still excited for PSX later this year. I mean, that's coming December, I think.
Yeah, December 9th and 10th. Yep.
I'll be there. Anybody else? I'll be there.
Oh, I don't know.
I would love to hit it.
You guys
Where is it?
It's in Anaheim. It's right by Disneyland.
Bro, them tickets though, bro. Like plane tickets ain't no joke.
You gotta use that weapon wheel money, Jack.
Weapon wheel money. Shit. Man.
Yeah, man.
So, but I agree with Addict, where he's saying like, this whole resolution thing has really just like derailed everything. And right now we're dealing with this whole past week is just dealing with revenge.
Yeah, it's the whole resolution thing. I really think, it didn't halt the gaming industry, but I think it did slow it down because we ain't getting new gaming experiences. We're just hearing people market 4K and 1080p the entire generation.
Right.
That's the easiest thing to market because you can't.
Exactly, Jack.
This is the problem with gaming as a whole, right? Okay, AAA games. You don't see much innovation in the AAA games.
You see almost zero.
Exactly. So you really can't market shit we've been seeing for the past 15, 20 years. So the only thing they really can market is how the game
Bitch, you need to get yourself a Nintendo console jack then.
No, I'm good.
You want some
good, fam.
Nah, I gotta go against that, man, Jack.
Yeah,
Just sit a while for the Switch, man.
Yeah,
you don't need it right now.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
And
Definitely can't
like
do that.
Jack said,
I
this
literally had to look through the Switch library and be like, can I even play that a little bit just to have something to play?
Damn, son.
wow, man.
Bad,
But to what Jack's saying, what's the easiest thing that you can push out? You can really get behind and push graphics.
That's
No,
it. You can't push resolution. You can't do that. Even though resolution is the thing that actually makes games better, you can't exactly market that. You know, people don't understand that shit. You know.
You see,
But if this whole thing, but if this whole thing ended up becoming, if the battle became about frame rates, how hard would that be to deliver? Like truly deliver,
especially for casuals, they're not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about
Yeah,
that.
it's easier to mark. It's easier to market like 1080p, 4K
Exactly.
resolution than explain to a casual about 60 frames per second.
Yep.
Over 60 frames per second.
You know, it is. That's why they stick to the resolution thing. But you know, then there's devs out there that they might be doing a little bit more Shadow of War, but they market the Nemesis system. Like it's just like you can market other things if it's done well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, bud. So, what's your explanation for the Switch's success? Then you see it you see it throws a little bit of a wrench in there, right?
Yo, I got in trouble because I actually wrote an editorial said that the Switch's success is proof that resolution doesn't mean shit.
I think there's
but it's true though. People care about games in the end, man.
I think there's certain exceptions when it comes to products
and a different way to play, right?
Yeah,
and a different way.
Yeah,
it offers you a different way to play games, right? So that is a big catch. Plus the games.
And here's the thing too: is like people say, well, first party exclusives don't matter. Who knows the hardware better than the people dealing with first party?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here we go. We're pushing it all up on third party. And that's one of the things that's kind of like pissing me off about Microsoft. It's like we're right back kind of in that realm of Connect when they were putting it in the box. It's $100 more. Okay, so what are you showing us that makes us feel that we really need to have it besides talking to it? You're not really showing any games that need to go with it. You're putting it all on third party.
See, my thing is, I don't understand why it's coming out in November. It's like you can't promote this as the third-party machine when you come out in the game after that. The only game is Battlefront. Like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if it would have came out, around Destiny 2 or, early October, late October, you have a couple games to promote. This is going to be the best experience, this and that. But they can't even do that. And Sony got all the marketing rights. So it's like you can't even market the games. It's like the X is literally useless this year.
Right. But I see why they were so heavy on pushing backwards compatibility and really getting behind that after they introduced it back, a couple E3s ago. Because what I'm kind of seeing now is the trend is we have over 118 enhanced games of your old library.
Which I gotta give props to them though. Look, like I was very critical when it came to the PlayStation Pro, how I kind of shitted on the Pro patch. That first of all, the Pro patches were shit. Number one, they're pretty still shit to this day. And there wasn't a lot of them. One thing Microsoft did right is they seem like they're more prepared with the Xbox One X. There's a lot of enhanced games gonna be coming out right out of the gate. But you do bring up a good point, which I made a tweet about this today. Look, when I brought my PlayStation 4 Pro home, yeah, I went back to try Infamous just to see how it would look. Did I go back and complete the whole game? No. I went to go pop in a couple of games, but it's really moving forward. It was why I really cared about the games moving forward. So, I feel like this is gonna happen to a lot of people with the Xbox One X as well. Like, yeah, it's cool that we have 100 old games that aren't upgraded, but right now I think people are really looking forward to the new games and the advantages coming from the system with new games, not really the old games.
I mean, when it comes down to it, your statement where you don't buy new hardware to play old games, like I thought, to my understanding, I don't PC game a whole lot, but almost every time I see people get like new graphics card, they try like their entire old library to see what that graphics card can do on those set of games.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, PC has its place. I think it's good to have that, because how many games do we still, not everybody wants to rock with old games, but if you want to go back, how many games are lost because they're trapped on hardware that no one has access to?
Backwards compatibility it's not that it's not useless, because it definitely has helped them with the narrative. If that would have came out on launch with the 100 games, it would have been way better. I think they would have pushed more units if people would have 360 games, because when you went to the Xbox One, it was dry. Like PS4 and Xbox One, that when those games both launched, once you finished their launch titles, it was bad.
That's why I brought up the point. You know, that's why the arguments came from. That's why I believe the arguments came for like 1080p versus 900p, because at that point there's not really much to talk about, you know. But now that, you know, the games are rolling in, we're 4 years in, the games are rolling in, people are looking to compare games at this point. You know, who got the better games right now? Microsoft's going to be advertising 4K with a whole bunch of multi-plats in their commercials, and when you see a PlayStation commercial, you're going to see God of War. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see Spider-Man. You're going to see Days Gone.
Can't wait for Spider-Man.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's
going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Right. Well, the one thing you do hope is with the enhanced games on X is that it does kind of push Sony to be more serious about what they're doing with the Pro, right?
Yeah,
you want that. But think about it, you want that entire package. So if you get, you know, these enhanced games, but if Microsoft could also say, and man, we're about to hit you over the head with first party like you don't believe. Now you feel like I got the whole package.
Yo, honestly, PlayStation 4 Pro owners should be extremely happy that the Xbox One X is coming out, because I feel like, Jack, now that this system's coming out, developers are gonna support both. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta step the game up, right? They gotta
right.
I mean, but here's the thing: I think
now we're gonna see even more Pro patch support from developers now that the Xbox One X is releasing.
I don't know about that, because for the most part, you see aggression on Xbox's part. Is like, you know, they're going after these. You know, they want these because they saw the bad backlash when it come to the Pro and the lack of support. And I felt like, you know, Microsoft doesn't want that happening. It's like that's one of the issues. That's one of the bonuses they're getting. They have a whole year between them. They can see, you know, this is what Sony did that was negative that people didn't like. We're not going to do that.
This is the issue.
Is Sony going to push like that? That's my issue.
This is the issue.
What's up, okay?
If you look at PlayStation first-party titles, they have great Pro support. The issue is the third parties. Sony did not mandate that these third parties do Pro patches. Neither is Microsoft mandating it. So if you don't mandate it, if these third-party devs ain't upgrading games for the best-selling console that they got the biggest install base on it, what make you think they're gonna do it on Xbox? Well, they have no reason to do it.
All I'm saying is
maybe they already knew about this.
Microsoft just seems to be more aggressive towards it.
If they don't mandate it,
I mean, if they don't mandate it, they don't mandate it. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I think Microsoft is being more pushy to doing it.
I mean, they might be, but where is the underlying effort or the reason? Like, if they're not gonna pay them extra money to actually patch these games,
I mean, how do we know they're not though? Like, how do we know they're not doing
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, because if they, like I said, if you got, that's like you own fucking 2 sports teams, right? One of the teams you own just won 4 championships, but you ain't buying them no new uniforms, no new clothes, nothing. The other team you own is in the goddamn D League, and these motherfuckers got the best of everything on. Why would you do that? When you want to like help the team that's winning championships out, why would you put all your shit on the D League team? So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, but it seems maybe Gaming Addict might be right, because it seems that Microsoft
they seem to be way more aggressive.
A little bit more aggressive. Right now they seem a lot more prepared. They have a lot more enhanced games than the Pro did at launch, way more. So do you see Microsoft continuing this trend, Jack, I guess maybe pushing developers for X support like that, or you think support like this is just going to be the same like the PS4 Pro? What do you think?
I hope the developers start actually putting out, you know, worthwhile patches on these games, because that's what I would like to see personally. But at the same time, you got games like Prey was like, oh, we got PS Pro support day one, and then it come out and the game, you know, some games run worse with a Pro patch. So I want to see the effort, like have that same energy, bro, like that y'all have talking about doing these patches as y'all do with the actual goddamn patches. So I hope they, you know, do it. I'm not saying I don't want them to do it. I want both of these consoles to get the patches that they need, because like you say, a lot of these Pro patches don't do shit. But I don't blame Sony for that. I blame these goddamn, it's not the machine, it's the goddamn people working on the machine. You feel me?
When it comes down to it, it's just like, look, that's part of the problem to having the leading platform is, you know, sometimes almost every generation, the leading platform gets really, really lazy. Not necessarily lazy, but they're like, we don't need to do shit. Everyone's buying our shit.
Man.
They don't need to push for
man.
anything. They don't need to
Devs,
do anything like that because, I mean, look, the PlayStation 4, let's be honest here, it's not slowing down in sales. You know, the second month, the brand new Switch came out, it beat it. They don't need to push devs. They're going to buy it regardless. Microsoft, on the other hand, they need to go to every dev and be like, look, we need this extra push. You got to help us.
That's why they're going to be more aggressive too, because they're essentially losing this, you know.
So you think they paying the devs and giving them a reason to actually?
No, I don't think they're okay. Like, you know, I don't know how that dev cycle works. You know, Microsoft claims that, you know, their process is, you know, they built their entire process around, you know, quick ability, making sure they can do these as quick as and efficiently as possible. Maybe that's one of the reasons that, you know, a lot of devs are doing it is because there's not a whole lot of work into it. I don't know. I'm not a dev. I can't speak on shit that I have no clue about. All I see more aggression towards Microsoft with them than Sony.
So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see when the X drops and see how the support for these mid-gen consoles like if it increases, because I have a feeling that maybe now that there's 2 of these consoles out, so maybe devs will maybe push for a little bit more parity. There's a little bit more incentive now that both of these consoles are out, so maybe they can just, you know, create a patch one time for both of them.
Here's the question: how long you think this generation is going to last because of mid-generation consoles?
Oh, I think PlayStation 5 is not coming out until 2020.
I say they announce it in 2020, comes out in 2021.
Yeah,
I think that. I think 2020 seems about right. I know a lot of people are saying like PlayStation got like an anniversary coming up soon. I guess that PS5 is gonna drop then. I don't think so.
Oh, hell,
I feel like the momentum for the console is way too high right now. It's doing way too well. Why cut it short and announce a brand new console? Because if you know Sony's releasing a new console, it's gonna be a whole new generation. I feel like they're not gonna cut the life of the PS4 short like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that PS5 games won't work on PS4. Jack, you feel me on that or not?
Wait, you said PS5 games. You mean the other way around? PS4 games won't work on PS5?
No, PS5 games won't work on PS4.
Oh,
right?
yeah, of course not.
Yeah,
no,
I feel like it's going to be like that.
Well, obviously, but they'll still have 2 different ports.
Well, how Microsoft is talking shit, they seem like everything's going to be forward and backwards compatible.
All I know is, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think Sony is going to have backwards compatible for next gen?
Of course. Yeah.
I think if they don't, I think it'd be devastating to them because they're going to have a hard time marketing
architecture now, man. There's no, you know, they don't have the funky cell processor to deal with now. You know what I'm saying?
If they have it, they should do it like something that Xbox didn't have it at launch.
Oh yeah.
Well, definitely.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be native.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be native through the CD. It's gonna be native through the CD.
It's got to be. They have.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see because part of me thinks that they don't care about that. I mean, part of me thinks
Dude,
they
if it's the same guts, there's no reason why it can't be.
Listen, Gaming Addict, don't fall for the bullshit, dog. They're only downplaying backwards compatibility now because they don't have it. That's the only reason why Sony's downplaying backwards compatibility.
Yeah, they're gonna hype it up next year.
Next generation.
They have it.
Don't underestimate.
We're gonna talk about that nonstop.
You know the reason why they're gonna hype up backwards over.
Yep.
You're gonna be able to play all your PS4 games. Watch, mark my words, dog.
I hope so,
They're only downplaying this shit now, like, oh, no one cares about old games and all of that shit because they don't have it. I'm telling you, it's a fact. Just mark it down, yo.
I mean, I hope so. I do. I hope so because that would be a huge mistake if they don't.
Listen. This is one thing Sony got that we don't get, and this is gonna guarantee that they got backwards compatibility. Sony know that ain't nobody buying PlayStation now, so them games is gonna be on PS4.
Word.
Yo, shout out to the people in the chat, man. We got 168.
Do you guys think it'll be a lot like last generation, where The Last of Us comes out like towards the end?
Yeah, and then it's gonna come out on PS5.
Yeah, and then they like remaster it.
I mean, we know PS5 and PS4, they're gonna have the same games, just downscaled. It happens with every generation.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be the trend now. I think we're gonna definitely get like remasters of God of War on PS5 and all that bullshit.
Definitely.
But
you're gonna have Last of Us in the remake.
But Jack, if it's backwards compatible, won't there just be maybe a patch instead of like a whole
I mean,
remaster
that depends on how big of a leap this next generation is. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's going to be that big of a leap, to be honest.
I see for the most part. I see regardless. Even if it's backwards compatible, I mean, look what's going on Xbox right now. Certain games weren't made backwards compatible because they wanted to milk their fan base of a remake. Like Skyrim, never a backwards compatible game because Bethesda's like, no, we gonna re-release the game because we know people gonna buy it
for $60.
If it get a nice like additions and all that, I don't mind rebuying the game.
But Jack, like I've been talking to people and they feel like the graphics have kind of plateaued. So how would a remaster look of Horizon Zero Dawn? You think just a higher
resolution? The only thing they can fix is like the
son.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do anything.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because I think I've talked to you. I think I've even talked to you, Jack, and you feel like graphics.
Yeah, they
kind of topped out. I think
they kind of topped out. So how is a remaster of Horizon gonna look?
It's just gonna be actual 4K instead of
like real life.
You really can't improve shit, but like shadows,
60 frames.
I was gonna say, you get the frame rate.
Yeah, are they really
no motion blur? I don't know.
No, so that's kind of shitty. Then they're gonna resell a whole game full price just because now it's 60 frames. I don't know.
You see it with a lot of that.
Are they doing that right now? But they're increasing other shit too. They're not just putting it at 60 only though.
I mean, a frame rate patch. That's just a patch though.
I don't think any remake should be more than $40, regardless what they put in.
Yeah, same here.
I agree with that.
They could put all the DLC, all that shit into a bundle. It's like GTA 5. They're like, we put first person. You guys give it a 60. What? Like, and you know what's funny? It's like us as the consumers, we idiots. We buy it anyway.
Well, to be fair about that, Sony came out when the PS4 was like at 20-some million, and they said that 70% of people that own the PS4 never owned the PS3.
That's right.
It's a large percentage of people. Just because we bought the game full price, hey, some of them niggas need to buy that game full price too. Because they ain't buying it at all.
Let's be real here. Could they have picked a better price? Of course, but The Last of Us is arguably considered one of the best games that's ever been made. It needed to be ported over. So, it was at the end of the last generation. It needed it.
That wasn't full price around it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna shout out the people watching, man, because we got a lot of viewers today, man. I wanna shout out to them. King Wave, shout out to you, man. Dip Dop Doopity, shout out to you, man. Yo, shout out to all my mods. Yo, shout out to Brian. Who else is up in here?
My homie DJ.
Yo, if you guys see anybody you want to shout out, just shout some people out real quick, man. Shout some people out, man.
Let's shout out Anchorman.
Shout out to Anchorman, man.
Anchorman.
Sorry for that timeout, man. Don't worry, you ain't gonna get timed out.
Shout out to people that actually watch my content, man. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Vision.
Shout out to my subs out there.
Hey, Sammy, I fuck with that dude.
Hey, shout out to Brandon, man. Shout out to the Trigger, man. We appreciate everybody watching.
One of the few people in this comment section that actually plays Destiny.
Aztec.
Well.
Please hit the
OBJ and this motherfucker. What up, bro?
Yeah, hit that thumbs up button, you guys.
Hit that thumbs up button. Really do appreciate
Smash
it.
that
really
shit.
Helps a lot. All right, so let's move on.
It's like hit the thumbs up button if Destiny's trash. Bet you that goes way up there.
I ain't hit the thumbs up button yet. Hold on, I'm falling. I got my new glasses on. I can't see that good. Hold on.
We mind if we talk about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds first, or second at least now?
Oh yeah, we could talk about player. We could talk about that.
I will take a nap then.
I'm gonna chill in the chat.
Yeah, what's up with that whole exclusivity thing?
I've been seeing.
Actually, I got something to say real quick.
All right, Tony, go ahead. Start it off.
I find it funny that the same dudes that said that exclusives are anti-consumer are now hyping up the fact that Pug is fucking exclusive on Xbox. Ain't that about a bitch?
Yo, but is it really exclusive?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
I hope
What's
not.
going on there? I feel like Microsoft is kind of playing around with the wording again. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, they're publishing the game," but that doesn't really mean shit. Look at Raider.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm saying like publishing a game means absolutely nothing if you do not own the IP. I've been saying this for years. I don't know why people always
use it. Doesn't really mean anything.
All I know is if there's any game that Microsoft needs to go over and for their brand, help their brand out, it is this game. So I mean, regardless, I do think it's coming on PlayStation. Maybe if they have a year exclusivity, which that's the word. I don't think that's going to count in preview because technically the game's not released. So I mean, that game could be out for 6 months in preview program.
Isn't it like scheduled to come out next year, like the full version?
It's going to get pushed back. I guarantee you, it's going to get pushed back. So I mean, even if it comes out next year, that's when the exclusivity leads. I mean, timed exclusives matter. People will try to downplay them. They help.
It must do something.
That's extreme circumstances with Tomb Raider because they were idiots and put that beside Fallout 4.
But this is the reason it might not help. Y'all got to hear me out on this.
Let's hear it.
When you they're gonna put a lot of money into the dev cycle of this game, right? Now, if this game come out on the Xbox and it sells less than the PS4 version, which it probably will, if it comes to PS4, was it really worth it?
No,
I guarantee you they make money on it.
They gotta. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Obviously,
keep doing it, right?
They sell more than the PlayStation.
I don't think they made money on Tomb Raider.
Obviously, the PlayStation is going to sell more. They got double the install base. So I mean,
do you think they made money on? I mean, like. What? I mean, Dead Rising 4, they probably didn't make money on that. Like, it's a lot of games they putting money behind it. It ain't really.
Was that time?
Well, if there's any game that I feel like will sell, it's going to be this because it's exactly down the road that Xbox gamers play. People like to get on to me because I said, look, what is the one thing that Microsoft makes that usually does well when they make exclusive games? Multiplayer games. What's the one thing they haven't made this entire generation? Multiplayer games. Look at the only other game that they've had that's exclusive that actually did well. Titanfall. What's the games that failed? Sunset, Record, all single player games. People get on to me because I said, they're like, that's not true. It's like, look, Sony was made in this single player oriented game. A lot of their fan base love that selfish game, and multiplayer was made on Xbox. It's just how it is. I mean, all their games that do well is all first-person shooters or third-person shooters. It's just facts, and I think this is going to be one of those things. There's nothing about PlayerUnknown Battleground that does not scream Xbox to me. It's just how that's how.
So you think the transition is going to be?
Oh, I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be good because there's a lot of popular games on PC, right? There's a lot, but when they cross over to console, it doesn't mean that's gonna. But maybe this game might be popular on consoles just as.
I think it's gonna sell on console. I hope it comes to PlayStation because I do want to play it on console because these Master Keyboard players on some fuck shit. Yeah. But I think it's gonna do well on Xbox. I do hope it comes to PlayStation too.
Do you guys think it's gonna be DOA if it's broken? Like, let's say it's not working very well.
That's a good point. That is a good point. But see, here's the thing. Friday was broken as fuck too. People still bought that shit.
True.
When you have more fun factor than annoyances, people tend to lean more towards the fun factor.
Yeah, I kind of agree with. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that was my concern as well. Like, how's this game gonna run? Because even on like pretty good PCs, it's not because your PC shit. Just the game's unoptimized. But maybe by the time it releases on Xbox,
they already played it on Xbox too. On the Gamescom.
By the time it releases on Xbox, maybe it will be more optimized for the console because I heard obviously Microsoft's publishing the game. So,
yeah, because I mean,
they're gonna be sending the people over to optimize.
They did an interview with Mike Ybarra, and he said the majority of his tech team is helping them with that game.
Okay, so it's probably going to be a good experience.
That's the interview where he wouldn't answer that exclusivity.
I mean, the game's don't go on PC.
It's like Anchorman said. I mean, you don't bring light up onto to PlayStation. I mean, it's like Xbox. You don't see PlayStation saying Xbox with anything in there. It's just competition. You don't bring up the competition for anything. I mean, the fact that he won't answer it. Let's be real here. If they had this as a true exclusive, they would be.
They would say it.
If you really think about it, though,
Phil would have answered it, right? Phil would have answered it.
If you really think about it, though,
if you look at it, maybe that deal's not even made. Maybe they have one of those deals. Well, if it does this amount, we'll consider it. We'll come back to the negotiating table.
If you think about it, PlayStation really doesn't need that to be on. It doesn't need it. Like, we have other exclusives.
No, PlayStation needs that game. That game
is blowing up. We really don't, honestly.
PlayStation. That game has done 8 million copies on PC. It's one of the most played games on Steam. That's big.
Always more games is always the better. So I'll never be against a game not coming.
I want to scrape dudes on PlayStation with that.
I want to play it.
I actually do too, but
I ain't gonna want no smoke with me. Trust.
Do you guys think the hype train will keep going long enough to where when it comes to Xbox and PS4, like it's gonna be at that level like it is now, because I mean it's huge right now, but in 1 or 2 years
I don't think it's slowing down anytime soon. I think this game single-handedly killed games like DayZ. You know,
it killed Lawbreakers.
You gotta think about what platform it's on. PC gamers don't switch up their games that much, so they
we're gonna play this shit for years, dog.
That's true. It could be like Overwatch.
I think it just
people play that all the time.
It just depends on how much it's supported.
Right.
Yeah, they gotta optimize.
They gotta have I feel like they need to be dropping like a new map every 6 months or something of that duration, because sooner or later people are on that hype. This game's fun. It's because this game's unique. That's the only reason this game's doing so well. But after sooner or later, people get sick and tired of the same unique experience, and they'll move on to something else.
Yeah. And then Triggerman in the chat brought up a good point. The clones are going to come soon too.
Yeah, that game is a clone.
But a lot.
Yeah, but there's probably going to be
of what, Jack? Of what?
H1Z1.
Oh, really? I never.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But one of the nails was a
it's a clone, but at the same time, it's not a clone.
Yeah, it's different. It got some differences.
Yeah, but I could see. I was saying this. I was telling like BG this. I could see like Ubisoft like making a game like this, like just a straight copy.
I could see that.
I hope Last of Us 2 borrows some elements from that game.
Oh yeah, like what?
Just it's like a little bit more open. Like it's similar. Like how you gotta find your armor instead of like purchasing your armor. I think it's some shit they could switch up.
Oh, I agree. Last of Us could really benefit from that kind of gameplay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so. Let's move on. There was a couple of other things announced at Gamescom. PlayStation during this time revealed their new bundle as the GT Sport bundle.
Looks nice.
What do you guys think of it, Tony? What do you think?
This may be an unpopular opinion. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't give a fuck either.
I'm being honest. I am not into simulation racing games.
Looks good, but I'm not buying.
No, I mean the bundle itself. I mean, I'm just.
Have they announced a Destiny 2 bundle? Because I would really consider that
happen. Okay. So the bundle itself looks dope, but I'm not interested.
Hey, Tony,
what up?
You know how you said that's unpopular opinion?
Yeah.
It's not really, because I agree with you, bro. Zero fucks given, dog.
It's like when it
so can we all agree that like Microsoft kind of slaps PlayStation when it comes to the custom consoles?
I mean, they've done it for years. I mean,
I want to hear from the Sony guys though. I want to hear from Jack.
I mean, they only do like white or black systems. They don't really.
I mean,
can you give me examples?
I want to hear from
Real talk.
I want to hear from the console guys.
Minecraft bundle.
Oh yeah, the Gears
they
console
do have
pretty
more
fucking
variety
awesome.
of
Actually,
customization bundles or whatever.
Yeah,
they do have a more variety, but
I feel like that Minecraft bundle.
You know who don't get
yo, that ugly ass console, son.
Nah,
just because you don't like Minecraft don't mean it don't look fine.
The console
it looks fucking nasty, man. Just like that fucking game.
The green controller looks nice
with that pig controller and stuff.
Nah, I think it's very creative. Actually, I think it's very creative. And actually,
this shit looks stupid.
You know,
it looks like it's made out of plastic foam.
The kids are gonna love.
But you know who don't get a lot of respect for like custom hardware? Yo, Nintendo, man. Sometimes they have some of the best
Kofi, we getting that 3DS, bro. You saw that shit, man?
That new 3DS,
Super
Nintendo, bro.
Yeah, Nintendo's king in that department.
You know,
not till October though. It's like after Metroid.
Isn't that only in like Europe? I think like the SNES looking one and shit.
Most likely because they don't bring any Nintendo of America. They give no shit about what.
I want to say something. I want to say something real quick. I'm jealous of shit for the collector's editions. You know, the ultimate editions that Europeans always get, bro.
Why
they always get the flyest shit, bro?
You saw Metroid, right? Oh my god.
The collector's edition for that. Why do they always get the flyest shit, bro?
Kofi, here's the funny part. Nintendo of America will tweet that out.
Yeah, they will.
Like they rub it in.
You know, people.
It got me like so jealous sometimes.
You know who else do that? The PlayStation Gear Store, dog. If you go to the PlayStation Gear Store, the European one, bro, they got framed artwork, all they exclusive. Them shit's like $20, bro. You go to the US PlayStation Gear Store, bro, they ain't got shit.
I mean, here's
internationally.
Do you
got coffee mugs?
Now it should be cheesing me, bro.
When it comes to anything that isn't like American, I do feel like the rest of the world just hates America. Like. There's they do.
Collectors. Europe gets all the best collectors, all the best custom shit. Fact.
So they trolling. They trolling.
Even their box arts look better, like half the time.
Sometimes
not for Zelda.
Sometimes I really sit and debate learning Japanese to have shit to play on my Switch.
Yeah, but that should be cheesing me, real talk. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
That should just be annoying.
They
man.
get the best looking like collectors. Even when they had the Club Nintendo stuff, like when you could actually get physical items.
Yeah.
The Japanese and European ones like used to smoke what they used to offer in America.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this Sony crossplay. Tony, yo, I want to ask you, man.
Yes.
Why do you think that Sony's not allowing crossplay between these games? Because another game came out, Ark Survival, saying that they're all for the crossplay, but Sony is refusing. So what do you think? Why Sony's not allowing crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation?
It's pretty easy because they have absolutely no reason to. They're at the top right now. There's no reason for them to like give the customers what they want. Let's just be honest there, right? But the other thing is, what I find funny about this whole situation was the same thing happened in reverse last generation, right? Sony was open to cross-play, right? And Microsoft was like, no. And you know why? For the same reason. They had absolutely no reason. They gained no benefit whatsoever doing something like that. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying, you know, from a business standpoint, it makes no sense to open up your servers to the competition. So that's why they're not doing it.
I don't know.
Jack, what do you say?
Well, to piggyback off what Tony said, last generation, you look at a game like Final Fantasy 14, it's crossplay on the PS3 and PS4 with the PC. They approached Microsoft. Microsoft said that the Xbox is a closed platform. They're not doing cross-platform play. I think like a year and a half, 2 years after that, they said, "Okay, guys, now we're an open platform, guys." But they never brought Final Fantasy 14 to the Xbox. I don't know why, but yeah, they denied them last year. I mean, last gen. Sony denied it this gen. Hey man, it is what I think honestly, and this is another thing I think, and Jay Barry said this before. Shout out to Jay Barry. Xbox Live, signing into Xbox Live is mandatory to do crossplay with Xbox, no matter if you're on Nintendo PC. I think if they took that away and found the way where it was just one universal thing you could sign into and you didn't have to put Xbox Live on the PlayStation, I think they might agree to that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Erica, what's your thoughts?
Pretty much the same. I mean, because Xbox, it was reversed last generation. They didn't want to do it or whatever. It's kind of like, the unpopular kid in school. Nobody likes them. They won't give them a chance. Then they turn hot, and then now everybody wants to know them. It's like Sony ain't gonna. They're just gonna walk on by. Screw you guys.
Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Yeah, you didn't want me then. You didn't want me then. Now you want me now. Like, screw you. That's how I see it.
It makes me wonder. Like, is this gonna happen with Xbox the next generation? Like, it's gonna be their turn, maybe.
I just they're bigger than Sony.
I think it just depends on who's leading the charge. Like, for some reason, I feel like Phil Spencer does not care. Like, he's not aggressive at all. He doesn't care what's on the other platform. And this dude has been caught multiple times on Twitter promoting the other platform. Like, like who would have said if Phil would have been in charge over Peter Moore? He wouldn't have done it last generation. Like. Sometimes it just comes to who's leading the charge. Some people are more aggressive, like Sony. Sony got no reason to. It's like I said the last topic. When you at top, sometimes it's that's a bad thing because they do not need to do anything to get their consumer because they got the whole consumer.
Okay, Eric, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp, but I kind of agree with like what Jack was saying. Like, I think Sony would be more open to it, but they have no reason to. Do this whole sign into Xbox Live thing. If they came up with like a common ground, I think they would be more open to it. I honestly, truth be told, I have this feeling that a lot of gamers, while some of them do want it, I don't think that many people care about it. It's just a fun thing to do in the console war stuff.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, you talk about it from a business standpoint. The biggest dog in the yard does not have to share his bone.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes.
But in the grand scale of things, I think it happens like. We get a few titles that offer crossplay, but if it was like a grand scale thing, like every game, I think that would be cool. Wouldn't it be cool playing with PlayStation gamers and Xbox gamers and shit?
All it takes is one.
It's cool, but we do got crossplay. Like PlayStation got crossplay with PC, Xbox got crossplay with Switch and PC. I mean, it's just like I just don't think they'll ever meet up in the middle. But
they got a murder beef, right?
Pretty much.
Do you guys think it's just? Because
Microsoft got that Trey and Dr. Trey and Weapon Wheel beat, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically. But yeah, what were you saying?
I said, do you guys think it's just because it's Microsoft? Do you think if it was another, like Nintendo reached out to Sony, they would do it?
Possible, maybe.
And I don't
maybe.
I'm thinking it's the Xbox Live thing, man. They really don't want you to have to sign.
I haven't like. What exactly does that mean? Because I ain't heard nothing about that.
You have to on the Switch, when you want to play Minecraft or Rocket League, you have to sign in the Xbox Live to do the cross.
Well, maybe that's just because that was a speculation that Nintendo asked for. Because let's be real here, Nintendo really got.
They online suck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't got experience in that area. It's like me and on Iron Lord's podcast, we were saying we think one of the reasons Nintendo's where they are software is because they too prideful to ask for outside help, and they're like, we just deal with it.
Yeah. All right. So, my thoughts on it. I think it would be cool. I think Sony should let it happen. Just let it happen. Look like the White Knight for a bit. It's only like a 1-2 game. Just let it happen. I feel like it's not really a big deal.
It's really not, to be honest.
What's the worst that can happen?
It's
not really a big deal. So they should just let it happen so they could be seen in the good light. I think them just rejecting it kind of just makes them look kind of arrogant. Kind of.
I think people.
I'm saying not for the gamers, stuff like that. So if they just allow it to happen, then move on. You know what I'm saying? But
I think people would respect them more if they came more open to why.
I think so. It's only a few titles: Ark, Rocket League, Minecraft. Like, who really cares, dog?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like your big games.
I never cared two shits about crossplay, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
if a game dies,
it's not high my priority.
If a game dies on one platform, chances are it's dead on the other.
I don't like crossplay. Well, I don't like crossplay in Rocket League because if I got a homie playing on the PC, we can't never get in a lobby together. Like, you just gotta randomly run into their motherfucking ass. Like, if you get better matchmaking and all that,
there's no partying up.
You can't get into a lobby.
You could party up in Street Fighter though.
Yeah, some games got it where you can party up, but like Rocket League, got it like that.
I've never done the whole cross-plat between Xbox and PC.
How does that work? I've played a couple of people with.
No, it's automatic. It's automatically on. It's automatically on.
You know what? Like, Street Fighter.
No, it's not.
You just write their user ID.
I wasn't talking about Play Anywhere. I was talking about the cross-play with like Gears with people. Like, can you just send people invites on people with Windows 10?
Bro, you don't have Windows 10, dog?
I have Windows 10. I just don't play I don't play Xbox games on Windows 10. I play Steam on my Windows 10.
Bro, the whole Xbox Live is on Windows 10. All you do is
I have
Xbox app, right? Then I could just invite you into a game party chat right off my app, right off my.
I guess that's one of the perks of having one of the biggest OSs out there.
Yeah, it's just that simple. I literally have the whole Xbox, ecosystem at the touch.
Yeah, we've had that conversation a few times.
Yeah. All right, so Jack, I know you're pretty cheesed probably when you seen that Shenmue 3 trailer. What did you think about that? What did you think about that shit?
The graphics weren't that bad, but yeah, why my man's face did never change? That was the most soulless, most expressionless shit I ever seen. And I think they came out and said that was just like some
why show it at all then?
Why show it, bro?
I don't know, bro.
Same reason Microsoft showed Crackdown. They think they doing the right thing.
That shit look crazy.
That's I don't understand. Like, that one, they should have. If it's not ready, don't show it, dog. Like, if it's looking like that, like,
bro,
who told these guys it was a good idea to show?
The game don't got a big enough budget. I'm just gonna put it out there. The budget.
I wish I had actually stared at the eclipse. I think so I could go blind, so I wouldn't look at the trailer.
Yo, why did they do
those dead eyes,
bro? Yo, why did they do my man like that? Like, I was actually kind of sad when I seen that. But I predicted. I have a bold prediction. Not really a bold prediction. No, it's a fair prediction. I feel like
a low-key prediction.
A low-key prediction. Shenmue 3 is gonna be the mighty number 9. I'm telling you.
I feel like I wouldn't go that far. I feel like Shenmue is going to be more, critically acclaimed because of that nostalgia fact.
Yo,
like when they come into the
Mighty number 9, dog. I think.
Come on, fam.
Well, see, Mighty number 9. If it had Mega Man on it, I think people would have been more open to that.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
No, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can make shit games and put a name on it, and it will get better reviews than it would if it was a good game.
That is true.
But when it comes to Shenmue,
that's bullshit. Like, okay,
examples.
maybe you might be on to some, because I'm trying to picture like Hyrule Warriors without Link. If it was the same game.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors.
Would it got the same score? Even though it didn't score that high, but you think it would have scored even worse if it wasn't featured the characters?
Sometimes all you have to do is put nostalgia characters in a game, and that's all.
You might have a point still. You might have a point. I think
he's absolutely right.
Shenmue is going to be well received to the crowd that it is.
We'll see, man. Honestly, like a game like that really deserved a big budget. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that kickstarted.
If people can damage control Crackdown, there will be people can damage control Shenmue.
That's another issue I got with Shenmue 3, right? Why do people keep blaming Sony for the downfalls of this game? Sony don't own
they put it on their back.
Yeah.
Yo, they put it on their back.
But they not even funded it. Like,
they announced the Kickstarter at E3.
Yeah,
Hold this
Jack,
out.
it's associated with PlayStation right now. You can't sidestep that.
No. Sidestep that. Wait a minute. They announced their Kickstarter E3, right? That's like me saying I told my friends there's a homeless dude on the corner and he go and do something crazy and niggas get mad at me. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
But did you tell millions of people?
Yo, but
that's not fair.
You put them on stage, yo. You put them on stage.
Okay, put it from this perspective, Jack. This wasn't like a stream that they did. This was the biggest gaming convention in the world. Well, people think that's Gamescom, but
you cannot. No, wait a minute. You cannot announce a Kickstarter. I mean, you need people to fund this.
I get that, but let's say they don't. They didn't put that.
Fault. What the hell?
But they could have.
People are gonna associate this game with PlayStation, Jack. Come on,
that ain't got nothing to do with it. No,
bro. I get that, but they announced it on their biggest stage.
So wait a minute. I understand that year. So wait a minute. So we not gonna say. I don't know. Maybe Sega is responsible for some of this shit.
I know.
It's not Sega either. Sega's not making this game.
Like you
but same thing with Hellblade. Have you guys noticed that? I went on like
how do we know
people associating Hellblade with like PlayStation, like it's a PlayStation game. But how do Automata and they're all on PC like that, you know? Because PlayStation been showing it off, so it's kind of associated.
It's associated.
It's like the 360 with Mass Effect. That would come out dog shit.
Like I said, you associate with your best friend, right? If your best friend go out and murder somebody, should people get mad at you?
Hey,
I'm pretty sure
exactly. Like, bro, you can't blame. No, bro. No.
They don't blame you, but
I can see. What I will say is, I wish Sony would have actually tried to purchase the IP or actually fully fund the game. That way, we would get the experience that we probably deserve. But at the current juncture, I think the game only got like $8 million in funding.
And I feel like they can't even blame that, like, on the funding. It's like, look, like I would have been a little bit more, respectful if they did the Kickstarter just to see the reaction, to see the kind of engagement they would get for it. Then they would decide. How do we know Sony's not funding this a little bit? Like, even if it's something as small as marketing costs millions of dollars. That's still funding.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't let that game come out in that condition, dog.
Hey, sometimes people just make bad decisions. Microsoft's been plenty of them this year. I'm sorry, Microsoft's made plenty of them this year. It's time for Sony to make one or two.
Sony has zero to do with Shenmue 3. Zero.
Yeah. I mean, okay, look at Cuphead.
Okay.
Cuphead's not funded by Microsoft. It's
it is.
Scenario.
No, they got some funding in that game, dog.
So how do you know that?
You can't sell their houses.
You can't do that. You can't look at one perspective, not the other.
But at the same time, if Cuphead's a bad game, I'm not blaming Microsoft for that. What the hell? I'm blaming the studio that made it.
I think some PlayStation people would blame Microsoft for that if it came out bad.
Look, I'm
not saying
Microsoft.
You.
We're not blaming Microsoft. We're going to be like another shit game for Microsoft.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with the pro patches. If it's up to somebody else, you cannot blame Sony. Same thing with Microsoft. If the Xbox One X come out and the third-party games do not have the proper patches, I'm not blaming Microsoft, dog. You blame the people that made it. That's how that works. If you buy a pair of Jordans and the fucking sole of the shoe come off, you don't blame Michael Jordan. You blame Nike for making that fucking shoe the way they did.
I want someone to go to Weapon Well and this podcast and get every analogy he has ever made, because some of these analogies be fire, man.
The friend that murdered somebody is the best one.
I'm just saying, man, like, I don't blame Sony for that. I'm gonna blame the goofy niggas that funded.
I will say that it's unfair to put all the blame on Sony, but I do think they deserve some of it, man. Like at least 30% of that blame. They need to hold some of that L, some of it.
I mean, for putting faith in the game, I guess, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more about that. Like you said, Jack, with your friend who becomes a murderer, you can't blame you.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you introduced us to him,
and then he murdered you, okay, I can see what
but here's the thing, you don't know what's going on, bro. For all we know, you could have drove your friend to commit that murder.
Now y'all see where I'm coming from. I'm understanding. You gotta understand it.
So Jack moved partially to blame for a murder.
Yes.
Like an accomplice, like he's connected somehow.
You're crazy, man.
All right, so I want to talk to Gaming Addict about this. I don't know if you guys seen, a lot of Xbox fans were up at arms when Ages of Empires 4 was announced, and it was announced to be Windows PC exclusive and not coming to Xbox, because people are cheesed that Xbox has no Xbox only games, but you know the PC has, you know, their own exclusives. So how do you feel about that, Gaming Addict? Are you one of those people that are cheesed?
I don't understand why people are cheesed. I mean, maybe it's like, you know, the whole 20 people that watched the PC conference show at E3 didn't see at the very end said PC exclusive. Like, I mean, it's people now just paying attention. See, that's my problem with this community. Like, people be in one ear at the other. They don't pay attention to shit. It's like, look, should this come out on Xbox? Probably not. Let's be real here. How many Xbox people want to support this? How many people supported Halo Wars 2? Ain't nobody going to support it. And dude, does it need to be on both? Yes, because I feel like, you know, this whole play anywhere thing, it's only on one side now. It's like now, you know, Xbox ain't getting no exclusive games, but Windows 10 is. But it's what it is, because let's be honest here. If they made the port to make this game on Xbox, it was probably going to flop anyway.
Yeah, because I know I was talking to Fame. Shout out to Fame. He seemed I don't think he was really mad about the game. I don't know. Maybe he was, but the fact that he was saying that, you know, PC got exclusives and that Xbox don't even got exclusive only games. So I think he was a little bit upset about that. So I was just seeing how you felt about that. Eric, you think that's a problem?
What's that?
That PC's getting, you know, Microsoft with like straight exclusives.
It's not a problem for me.
But does it go against? Does it go against like their whole plan with UWP and everything? Because I think that's what the point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. Yeah, I think absolutely. You know, because I mean, here you are. It's like, you know, you're saying that Xbox games are going to go to PC. It's going to be kumbaya. It's going to be all this stuff, and then it's like, you know, here you come. You know, you're saying this game is going to be here, but you're not looking back at Xbox, where people are kind of looking to you for, you know, for games.
It's like I said, the biggest issue is we go through an entire year and the only thing announced exclusive is Windows. That's a problem. It is.
Right. But to what Addict just said too, yeah, nobody's going to care about it, but it doesn't matter. You almost have to just do it because it kind of makes you look stupid.
You gotta look over the brand. It's like the crackdown delay. You know, people, you know, I'm sure Phil had an impossible scenario. It's like, should I keep it where it is because 2017 is looking really bad, or save the Crackdown franchise? Let's be real here. That would came out this year. It was dead on arrival. We would never see another Crackdown. But now, since it's delayed, we might see another Crackdown because it might get better results than it would in November.
Jesus, Age of Empires canceled, dog. Oh my God!
I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance.
People are already speculating, saying there's going to be another delay, fam.
I think there's a good chance I think there's a good chance something's getting delayed, unless something's announced for 2017 next year. Something's getting delayed to be a November title next year. Something is. Crackdown, State of Decay, something is.
Duh, if that shit gets canceled, oh my God, I don't know.
What, Crackdown?
Crackdown.
I'll be on Twitter.
I don't think they're gonna cancel Crackdown.
Can they recover from that shit, dog? If you think it gets canceled? No, real talk though.
I think Microsoft would rather put a shit product out there before they cancel another game.
I think they have to. Yeah,
they have to.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put it out, even though if it's garbage, if it's broken, they're just gonna put it out. Because if that shit gets canceled, it's a wrap. It's a wrap right there, dog.
Has anyone here played Crackdown?
Beat the second one.
No.
Didn't beat the first.
Have you played Crackdown 3?
No, I played the first one.
It's fun, you know. Just because the game don't look amazing, it was one of the most enjoyable experiences I had at E3. You know, I wanted to play State of Decay, and I was very upset when State of Decay State of Decay wasn't even on the floor. So that makes me think that's getting delayed again. It wasn't even on the floor.
Wow.
A lot of people are hyping Xbox as 2018, but when you really take it in, it's full of like 2017 games.
Regardless what it is, it's still all going to be in 1 year.
I guess so. It's going to be a whole another year of, you know, the same games.
See, that's another one that being like quiet about. And again, I know that game got pushed into 2018, but it's when Microsoft's quiet about games, watch out.
It's a problem, huh?
Watch out.
Yeah, man.
Now, you know, it was crazy when people were out there saying, "What's up with Craig now? Why are they so quiet about it?" Oh, it's 4 months out. What do you want them to say? It's, you know, it's just, it's like, say something. You know, and then it's like all of it went to hell after that Comic-Con show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
you know. But like real talk. As I was looking at that and I'm watching them, like, and they paused the screen, I said, "Why does this look like Crackdown 1 remastered?"
I feel like that whole Comic-Con thing, it couldn't have been rehearsed. Like, if it was rehearsed, someone needs to get fired. Like,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't rehearsed.
Yeah,
you can see. This is why I said, like, whatever they're paying Major, they need to like double it, because that dude was being professional as he could be.
He's always been on point when it comes to that. You know, a lot of the things. He's a great manager.
He looked like he was ready to choke somebody. If you think about it, the second segment he was gone. So I figured he was in the back.
I would love to
calling Phil or somebody. Somebody was getting cursed out.
I would love to see like Phil Spencer and then react to some of these scenarios that happen. Like him reacting to watching this. Like, why did they put like, who is this chick? Why is she demonstrating my game? Why doesn't she know how to press A?
She couldn't even move the camera. It was so bad.
She's sitting there running one way, not moving the camera at all, just facing buildings. It's like, oh, shoot him. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible.
It was really bad.
When what's his name? Alan Tudyk, is that his name? The actor dude that was on the Major, when he took the mic and put it up his nose.
It's like, why didn't they have?
Why put the mic in his nose?
I didn't
came back
see
and
that.
put it on.
Why didn't they have? Why they didn't fly Terry down there and have him demonstrate it at Comms? Like someone like, I mean, all these celebrities that know how to play games, like Snoop Dogg. Why are they picking the one person that's like on the B-rated show that no one cares about?
Everybody's drunk, it seemed, and it was crazy. But you know, but that was kind of like where it kind of went off the rails. And
it's like they went next door to the event next door and was like, "Oh, you know nothing about games. Here, follow me."
Yeah, and someone in the chat saying the girl's getting all the hate. Like, it's not even her fault. She just doesn't play games.
Oh, it's whoever chose that woman. It's their fault.
Yeah,
right.
The planning of the
somebody
whole
did say they was all drunk though.
But they're on there. They're talking about like the game's physics and this. I'm like, what physics?
Oh, the cars on top of each other.
I was like, come on, man. But see, yeah, that's why I was like, there's something wrong with this game. We can all see it. And I mean, so I wasn't surprised when they
Xbox's issue right now is you have a bunch of selective games that, you know, were made 2013. Those deals were made around this time. That's part of the reason 2017 is as bad as it is because all these games that keep getting canceled are supposed to come out this year. So obviously, when you have all these games that, you know, have been took off the entire itinerary, you have a huge selective amount of time where these games are supposed to drop. Obviously, it's going to be dry as hell when these games are supposed to come out. And it would be so bad if all these games weren't supposed to come out in the same year. Legends was supposed to come out this year. Scalebound's supposed to come out this year. Crackdown's supposed to come out this year. You have all these games that are supposed to come out in 1 year. They were bound to take an L 1 year.
You know what's funny? Ain't this the year I had a bet? Ain't this the year I had that bet with Smooth or that?
Oh, you mean the year that you won the bet before the year even started?
Yeah, the very first work day of the year they announced the game getting delayed.
It was Scalebound. It was Scalebound.
I was very surprised I got
canceled. That bet for this year? Damn.
I was really surprised Scalebound got canceled.
Yeah, man.
Rand told me like a week before.
I think that was internally more than, you know, financially.
Jeez. Like some beef between
because I've been told that, you know, we've all heard it. Microsoft's not an easy company to work with when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah. And, you know, if you're on, I mean, it's business. If you're not on a track pattern that we believe that we funding this game that you should be, sooner or later, it's like, are we gonna fund this game for another 2-3 years until you finish it? Like, and let's be real here. Platinum Games, how many games they worked on that year? Like Avatar, the Transformers, Ninja Turtles. Like they spread their studio too thin. Microsoft should never have worked with Platinum Games. They make one good game and then 6 shitty ones after that.
It's not. I think
you ain't never lied with that one.
Oh, get out of here, Jack! I think
you ain't never lied with that one.
You know what it is? I think their A team is really good.
Oh, they're A team. I'm so sick and tired of this A team, B team, C team shit. It's a studio. All their shit should be on fire.
Most of Platinum games that are like really shit are the ones that are like licensed on some movie.
See, but you can't blame it. You can't.
But that's still reflect on your studio, though.
You can't blame it. Oh, it wasn't their A team. Then why did their over?
Wait a minute, hold on. I got a bone to pick with Kofi. Wait a minute. I got a bone to pick with Kofi.
Oh,
So we blaming Sony for Shenmue. Sony ain't even working on Shenmue. But we can't blame Platinum Games. Bad
Yo,
games
no,
for
yo,
Platinum
first of all,
employees.
yo, first of all,
Legend, I mean,
hey,
someone
first
said
of all,
Legend of
I
Korra
ain't
was
even-
fun.
Yeah, hey, first of all, I ain't blaming Sony for Shenmue looking like that. I'm just saying, dog.
Bro, we got
Raven,
to blame
People,
Game
I'm just
Raven,
saying, people
bro.
obviously associate that game with PlayStation.
It's-
That's all I'm
it's-
saying, dog.
And
It's
when
like-
I associate games that's developed by Platinum Games,
It's like Bioware. It's
You're
like
right,
Bioware.
You're right.
When
You're
the-
right. You're right.
It's
you're
like
right.
Bioware of Mass Effect, who's like, oh, damage control. It's just their BC team. It's like it doesn't matter who's working on what. It's Bioware.
You're right. You're right. It reflects the whole studio. You're right.
They're in entirety. Bioware is probably one of some of the best talent you can get out there. Why'd you let the AC team work on one of your biggest titles?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I
It's
heard
probably
it's
because of
not-
Anthem.
I
It's
heard no
probably
more
Anthem's fault.
DLCs are gonna come out from Mass
That-
Effect anymore.
Yeah, they're definitely working on Anthem. That's why I fucking thing.
Nier
Mass
Automata
Effect
was
turned out
lit
like
though.
that.
Every time I see that
Yeah,
game,
Nier
I get
Automata.
Hey,
very
I got a question though. A lot of people not saying this. What if Anthem is a bad game, bro?
I know.
Then
You guys are realizing that you're falling for the hype that Destiny had when it came into it, right?
Facts.
Everyone's
Facts.
saying this game's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And it comes out and people are like, why do I got to do this same mission 3 or 4 times? You guys
You need to
realize
see, like,
Anthem
we
is
gotta
the
see- we
exact
gotta see-
same Destiny
Yo,
layout, right?
But what's the call? It's kind of like why people are hyped for Naughty Dog games. You know, the people who are making this game.
But we're
have a good
going
track
into
record.
Anthem with
Have a good track record. What you say?
We're going into Anthem with Mass Effect being received away.
That's what I'm saying. Like Naughty Dog games, they originally show them. They don't usually veer off too much from what they originally showed. But like he said, games like Destiny, like bro, you got to see Anthem at least 2 or 3 more times before you.
Yeah, we still got to see more of it. You know, like that.
It's like,
vertical
I don't
slice,
understand.
It looked great for the concept, but we still got to definitely see more.
I mean, you
know,
got different, conceptions, things. It's like, look, like, how are you going to promote and hype for a game that we literally know no shit about? What we've seen isn't even in the game.
Yeah.
Because people
But
got
it's
that
true.
vertical
That's true.
vertical
We did that
slice.
for
Because it was pretty. It was third person. You know, it had an interesting premise. That's why.
Remember,
people
that
are-
was just the
yeah,
first trailer.
I mean,
though. Everything-
everyone said Destiny had an interesting concept, but did you get what you expected? No.
Everything from
Yeah.
that first trailer could change in development. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
and it was called the Destiny Killer already, right?
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
The Division was
Yeah,
Destiny
but-
Killer. Look where the hell it's at right now.
everything's Destiny
Let me
Killer.
ask you, in history,
And what's
has
funny
anything
is
that's been
Mike-
called the killer worked out?
The part that kills me is Microsoft wanting that Destiny Killer. Like, they keep trying to market the Destiny Killer, because let's be real here. Destiny's helped Sony a lot this gen, and Microsoft doesn't have that hot
Mhm.
game. I mean, how many bundles of PlayStation did for Destiny? Like 5?
But see, man, but there you go. That's the problem with Microsoft.
And that's the
too, man.
ironic
It's
thing,
they're
right?
always- they're
Every
chasing
expansion is a Destiny bundle. Like, every PlayStation game, they did a bundle on Rise of Iron, a $30 expansion.
Mhm.
Erica, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say
No.
that the
sorry, Erica.
ironic thing. I know Erica.
Yeah,
Confused. It's ironic because Microsoft could have had Destiny. They didn't. They let Bungie go, and then now they're trying to push the quote unquote Destiny Killer. It's just like
I mean, I
Gotta
don't
make up for their mistakes.
necessarily think they're trying to find the Destiny Killer. They're trying to find something on its ground, because as of right now in that genre, they thought they had it with the Division, but look where the
Mhm.
Division's at now. Like,
think about it, though, Anthem's not even exclusive though to Xbox.
Yeah.
So.
no, I know,
neither
but
was
showing
I mean,
it.
neither is
Destiny not
Destiny.
exclusive. Yeah, exactly.
Destiny,
I
the
know.
Division, none of them are. They want that marketing deal to push their console.
That marketing deal.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like Red Dead 2. That's going to push a lot of PlayStations.
It's
Mhm.
crazy. Like
Yep.
Microsoft could have had if they played their cards right, they could have had so much more games.
I'm glad
at
they
a
don't have
point-
Destiny as an exclusive.
At a point they had BioWare. At a point they had Bungie kind of fucked
they
up
had
that
Call of Duty
relationship.
DLCs first.
Or the
No,
ones
like-
that made Alan
Last
Wake
gen.
too.
It seems like they mess up their relationships with like these people. Even Remedy's out here trying to be like
There
third
you go,
party and
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems
It's
like
just when it
I
comes
don't
down
know.
to
They,
I don't
they
blame-
decided that services, multiplayer, and stuff like that is more important to them.
Mhm.
I know. It
I mean,
seems
when
like-
it comes to it, look, Microsoft tried to appeal to that single player crowd, and they got an L every game they tried.
because they failed
But
to
it's
release a
because-
good
it's
one. That's
because
why.
they never nurtured and kept
I
cultivating.
mean, look
that.
at Sunset Overdrive. Everyone liked that game that played
Yeah.
it. It
But
still
yeah.
didn't sell well.
Yeah,
It's
but I
'cause
feel
the-
like.
the
So
public
is that a reason to give up?
support
Is that a reason to give up though? Like, okay, let's just fall back on the first one. I feel like look, they haven't got the right one. I feel like when they got so you're trying to say right now if Horizon Zero Dawn was an exclusive to Xbox One, it wouldn't be supported. That's what you're trying to say. Like,
I'm saying
Microsoft
It will be.
a game.
I'm saying that
quality like that.
I'm saying
people
you
wouldn't
put-
buy it. I think people would buy it.
I'm
They just
saying if
haven't
you do
really showed a game like that.
I'm saying if you put in a parallel universe, you put Zero Dawn on both systems, it's always going to do better on PlayStation because the Xbox crowd is not built around that genre. They're just not.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry. Like, look at games. If you look at third parties,
I guess I have more faith in Xbox.
They had it.
I feel like Xbox fans would support a single player.
I don't.
driven
They
game.
don't.
Really?
Well, they've never really had a history of
Overdrive, didn't they? They supported Ori, didn't they? Come on, Kofi.
It's like I said.
they didn't
the only
They never do, Kofi, to be honest.
Oh, they never
let's
do.
be real
All
here.
right,
What is
all
the
right.
game that they
They
have
supported
supported?
it.
They supported Titanfall, a multiplayer game. But since Titanfall, they haven't made a game like that. They haven't made a multiplayer game like that. That's what the Xbox community supports.
And going back to what Addict said earlier, if you think about Xbox brand as a whole, they biggest claim to like gaming was the fact that they was trying to be innovative in the online space. So it's only natural that most of their fan base prefers online multiplayer games.
I mean, let's put it Sunset Overdrive.
You're right.
Sunset Overdrive. You put that as a 4-player co-op through the whole story. Does way more units.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yep.
You guys are probably right.
I agree.
So let's hit on the last topic before we get out here. The Xbox X pre-orders. A lot of people have been running around saying the console sold out. Are you guys surprised that Microsoft is on the top list of Amazon right now?
Let me just say this real quick.
I'm
How many did they actually make? Because
That's
That's what I want to know.
You know what I'm saying? Because let's say, for example, there's not an exact number. Let's just say, for example, if they made 6,000 of those, they're gonna sell out mad fast, aren't they? Right?
Like a Switch, right? Like a Switch, right?
Listen,
Hey,
it's a very smart tactic that Microsoft used to create the Scorpio edition, the whole marketing campaign, get it before it's gone forever. Very, very smart, because now when you release a limited amount of consoles with the Scorpio edition, when it sells out, you can make a whole bunch of news articles saying that our consoles sold out to
they legitly
have
ripping
that
it.
perception.
Hey, it worked for Nintendo, right?
Have that perception looking like
entire book off.
you're killing it.
Yo, but what do you guys think? What about
it's a very smart tactic. It's very
Yeah,
smart.
it is.
Absolutely.
But what do you think about the guys who like turned around and are now selling this shit for like $2,000 on
That's
eBay?
ridiculous.
Have you seen that shit?
Crazy.
Can you blame them? Can you blame them?
I'm not. I feel like a sucker right now because actually,
You canceled yours, right?
yeah, I
Tony?
cancel yours and then the next day,
Damn.
oh my
Some of these
God, man.
Xbox guys, no offense, Gaming Addict, not you, but some
I'm
of
not
these
buying
crazy
it.
ones
Keep it real. Keep it real.
are so freaking retarded that they might actually spend that kind of money.
I'm not buying
probably
that.
would.
I'm not.
for that much.
Says he's not buying one.
Hey, listen, a certain somebody that we know is buying 3 of those. He's spending $1,500. So
Oh,
Hey, I mean, I have someone on my podcast that's buying 3 because he got 3 TVs. If people got that bread, they want to buy it, then let them.
But
Yeah,
like I
but-
was saying,
Okay, I understand that Gaming Act, but when those same people turn around and say PC gaming is too expensive, they look stupid.
But I don't see you're talking about the minority over the majority. Like
I'm just saying those people that you just
Hey,
said that, but they turn around and just say, "Oh, PC gaming is too expensive." Then they're kind of
yeah,
retarded for
being
saying that.
hypocrites, man.
But how many of these people that my point is like you guys need to stop. It's like, me and we didn't get into it, but me and Jimmy kind of got into an argument in his comment section. It wasn't really an argument, but I was like, look, like you're saying the Xbox community has to blame for what the state the Xbox is in. Like, let's be real here. Like, how do you guys honestly think Xbox is taking to a consideration of all these people that go overboard? They're not. Like, you're letting like maybe 100 people on Twitter speaking for the entire Xbox community.
I don't know, man, because
more
you have
like
executives speaking for these guys, man. You have executives speaking to these guys on Twitter. The whole reason the Xbox One X is created, I believe, is because of these guys yelling, "We want more power! We want more power! We want more power!" They're letting like the small fan base dictate all this shit.
But that's my point. At the end of the day, these aren't going to be the people that go out and buy this. These people are going to buy it. These people are going to buy it. But
yeah,
it's
for them.
like people like me. I'm not buying an X because I have no need for it.
Yeah.
You can't let the minority speak for the majority. You never can. It's like when people say, "Oh, Xbox games flopped. I'm blaming the consumer base." No, how about Microsoft make good games? Like you
Yeah,
can't
but you can't say that about like. Okay, so wait. So
they're associated with them now.
Hold on, but you're telling me games like Sunset Overdrive and Ori and the Blind Forest are bad games because nobody bought them? No, dude.
I didn't say that. I said people blaming the consumer base for not buying.
Ori didn't do well. Yo, Ori didn't do well sales wise. Why do you guys keep saying that? It didn't do well sales wise.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
I mean, if you look at it from a people, I think people get the word flop confused. Okay, if they make profit, it's not a flop. Okay, Halo Wars 2 has made profit. How much money do you think it took to make Halo Wars 2? Let's be real here. How much money do you think it took to make?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
They made more money than they put into it.
No, but Blue. What's that company? Is it Blue Point that makes the CGI cutscenes? I heard. Remember what they said for Blurred? That's it. Did they make the cutscenes for this shit? Because remember,
Halo Wars 2.
Remember for Halo 2 anniversary how they were like boasting and saying like it cost millions of dollars to do that CGI shit.
Yeah, that's stuff not cheap, bro. That shit ain't cheap.
I get that, but how much do you think the overall game took to make?
Probably not that much.
And then you just put a couple million for the Blur. They made that. I guarantee you, they made that times 2 back.
Okay.
I mean, the season pass. It's been 6 months of content every month.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyone here got an X pre-ordered though?
No.
Well, I've checked your fun.
I just don't.
You're laughing.
I don't.
He asked it in such a mysterious tone. I think that's what was funny.
It's not even look.
Yo, dog, this man just busted out there laughing.
My bad, fam. My bad.
I mean, we knew this was coming from Jack. You know, Jack ain't buying one. You
could
have said in that. You could have said in that comment, anyone here buy it besides Jack, because we know Jack ain't.
You know what's crazy about the Xbox One X though? It was a couple of games I was looking to get X patches, like Rise from the Rome and like Ori. Yeah, Ori. It might not be that much better, but like Ori and like it was just certain shit I was looking for them to say that they didn't even say. Like, but I will say if Player Unknowns or some shit like that stay exclusive, I might fuck with it.
People laugh at me.
We'll see.
People laugh at me when I say Player Unknowns can push units. I do think it's going to push units. It's the last game since Titanfall that I think's been a true Titan that can be a true console seller.
I need
Microsoft needs
low
one of
key.
those, man.
The only game I'll play on Xbox is Sea of Thieves. That's the only one I will play.
I mean, see, here's the thing. Okay, hold on.
My bad.
Mute this guy, Kofi.
Since he brought this up, I've watched this podcast for the past couple weeks. How many here's actually played Sea of Thieves?
Oh, none of us.
I tried to get in that. I tried to get on that.
Talk shit.
Beta or whatever.
So much shit to say about a game that you literally have never played.
What do we say?
Based on what you've seen.
No, but Game Addict. What do we say though? What do we say?
Well, yeah, what we say.
Remember that debate, Kofi, about playing it and seeing it. And...
I've said multiple times in my podcast that probably none of you in here watch. I said Sea of Thieves. The only people hurting Sea of Thieves is Microsoft because every time I play Sea of Thieves, it's a unique experience. But guess what? I can't say none of that right now.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know what we really be saying. We be saying like, yo, I don't know. I really don't get the point of that game or understand it quite yet. That's what I mostly be saying about Sea of Thieves. I don't even slander it that much. It's just I'm not really excited for it at all because I don't understand it.
Interested.
I don't understand the game. Maybe if I understand the game a little bit more.
With pirates and squashbuckling, I'll play Uncharted. I can't really
Black Flag, man.
I'm sorry. Like you guys are sleeping on Sea of Thieves. I see Sea of Thieves really pushing people next year.
All right, we'll see.
I'm gonna check it out. I've been saying I'm gonna check it out, but I just don't know what it's about. Still,
hold up,
I still don't understand it.
Ubisoft does have a title called Skull and Bones, which is kind
that game is nothing like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it's a PvP. It's a PvP multiplayer.
Nothing like it at all. Nothing.
It's a PvP. I think
you know what's great.
That game's gonna flop.
All right, so yo, Gamertag, since you understand CFD so much, yo, explain the game to me because I'm so quite.
I don't know how exactly what I'm allowed to.
Exactly. See,
look, here's the thing. Like, I'm under NDA. I'm under NDA. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. What I'm not allowed to say.
No one is watching over here now.
I'm not okay. If Rand was on here and you asked him, would he say it? He said multiple times, "I'm under NDA. I can't say nothing like that." So when I say I don't want to,
they might see you. They might see you.
Uncle Phil might be watching. We don't know.
He might share it too if you say something beautiful about the game.
Right?
Yeah,
You know?
Look,
yeah.
I played that game for like 7 hours the last time it was in, like
my
consistent 7 hours. It's a good game. It's just no one's allowed to talk about it. They don't let no one cover it because everyone's
God.
under
Can't be that
NDA.
good if they're not letting people talk
Why
about it.
don't they let people talk about it? I
Yo,
mean,
they're lucky. Yo, people
Spread
know
the
me.
mouth.
People know me. They're lucky. I'm not part of no betas, no alphas. Cause
Well, maybe that's why you ain't in it.
No, they want
Buy
coming
some
at
shit
you
off the
though.
streets.
I would have exposed that. I'm for the people. I'm for the people. I'm for y'all, dog. You know what I'm saying? I died on the cross for record.
Hey, well,
You know what I'm saying, dog?
hey, that's the reason that he got a copyright strike. He couldn't stream for 6 months.
I mean, low key.
High key, bro. High key.
Definitely gonna die for the people with that one.
You know?
Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to do one more shout out before we close off.
Breaking news: Sea Thieves is trash.
Brad,
I mean, when it comes down to, I
How,
don't
though?
blame people for being, expected because Microsoft has been really vague
no, we
when it
don't know
comes to
shit
this
about that
game.
game, dog. Look, we don't know shit about the game, straight up, and that's just the facts. We don't know much about it. We really don't. I want to shout out some people in the chat. Who's up in here? We see CLK. Shout out to you, Enrique in the chat.
And
shout out
Enrique,
to
you know what's
I
up.
want to say one to
Carbon.
Basement Radio Arcade.
Yeah, Enrique, man. Shout out to you, OBJ in the chat. Who else is in the chat, man? Y'all could shout out some people, man. Keith in the chat. Shout out to y'all,
Find
man.
somebody I like.
That's all y'all.
Shout out to someone I like.
Hey, Kofi.
What's
Why
up?
don't you do me a favor since you're about the people? Why don't you put that Mario gameplay on your channel and risk it? You're about the
Damn,
people.
bro. Yo, I'm dropping tomorrow, bro. That is dropping tomorrow, dog.
No, you drop that
Wait till
today
AD.
after the podcast.
Look out for
I
that new
wanna see-
gameplay of
I
Mario
wanna
and the
see
Rabbits. I got the
I
game
don't want to
early.
see it 2 minutes. I want to see live play.
Yeah, I actually got Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle or whatever shit's called early. So look out for my impressions. We're gonna be dropping real soon. The game is fire. Switch got another one, dog. What is
Oh,
that?
it is. You know, they're doing a good job. They are.
Switch got another one. You know, they dropping heat right now. It is what it is. Xbox could take a page out of the Switch's playbook.
I mean, when it all
quality, and drop some quality
when
games.
it comes down to it, I'd rather have third parties than play a game every 6 months.
What did Bob say? Mario social rejected. Game's lit. See?
You can't call people rejects when you played Zelda, my friend. Like,
We gotta expose Blackball real quick. We gotta expose.
I just don't understand how you have so much
What
hate
is
for a
it?
platform that you borrowed something to play.
Yo, can we expose Blackball real quick?
What about? What about?
Oh, what's going on? Bro?
For a guy who hates 30 frames per second, shits on consoles for that, but he be playing on consoles. I beg that, dog.
That's how you know Nintendo
Yo,
got a
Black
Game of the
Bond
Year
has
contender.
played quite a few console games this year. So Bond, you have anything to say about that? Yo, that 30 frames per second, dog. Didn't you beat Zelda, dog? That 30 frames per second, dog, on the Wii U? I think he's beat some other shit too. So we gotta.
Hey,
Jack,
Bond,
you gotta call him to court for this, man.
Persona.
Bond, I bet you
Yo,
right.
didn't he play Persona 2 30 frames per second?
Yeah.
Hey, Bond, I bet you Rabbids gets above 85 on Metacritic.
Ooh, that's kind of high.
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
thinking like 87 ish.
what did he say? Even King Man goes with the peasants every now and
It's like, sometimes the game's still fire, even 60 frame.
then.
But Black Bond got to play it.
So Bomb, man, I guess you're not that of a much of an elitist, dog, as we thought, bruh.
I mean, I thought his setup for 5 years was that. So
Rabbits could get 100% on Metacritic. It's still for social rejects.
and then it can get 100%, but it's a higher critic than Witcher.
Ooh.
It's highly critically acclaimed than Witcher.
Ooh, shots.
Ma, you gonna let him talk to you like that?
Yo, Bob,
How is Black Bond going to use Metacritic for debates and then say it doesn't matter if he gets 100% of
Hey,
Metacritic?
Game and that. Don't be surprised if your voice going in slow motion later tonight, my boy. All right?
Oh, I know. I'm waiting for that 40-second video, man.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
subscribers. Do it, Black Bond.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
The
Nah,
collapse.
I got no problem with Black Bond. Me and
Yeah.
him go at it almost weekly on Planet Xbox.
yeah, but shout out to everyone watching the chat, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
you all, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate you hit the thumbs up button. We're gonna close off. We're gonna do the outros. Jack, you want to start us off?
Appreciate everybody for watching, man. Let me think what I want to say. Follow me, man, on Twitch. I be popping on Twitch. I be streaming on Twitch.
He's
man.
abandoning YouTube.
Say
Hey,
fuck
man.
YouTube, bro.
Hey man, the well in the rain dry. I got to get the fuck up out of here. But check me out on YouTube too, man, and also Twitter at Jack Mood Johnny, man. Appreciate y'all for watching.
And we got John.
I'm just good. I'm just glad I was a guest this week. Yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess, guys.
And we got my boy Tony.
Yo. All right, so follow me over on Twitter at Romudeth, ROMUDETH. Also, check out Throwdown tonight. We are really officially kicking off our contest. I'm glad I'm here to tell you guys about it. We're giving away the collector's edition of Sonic Mania, son. In 2 weeks, we're gonna give that away.
Nice.
Yo, that game is lit. That game is lit, dog. I did my first playthrough. I'm like, I'm doing it with Knuckles right now. That game is fire, dog.
It's fucking awesome. So we're gonna be giving it away in 2 weeks during our 3rd year anniversary of Throwdown, right? And it's gonna be fucking awesome, man. Like, watch the show. We'll give you more details. But this is I'm not a fan of collector's edition. This collector's edition is the fucking shit. So definitely check out the show later on for more details. And obviously, I want to thank all the panelists here, all the people in the chat room right now checking us out, man. Always fun on the Press Start podcast, baby.
Yo. One thing. Yo, Bond's gonna get a Switch in 2018. Mark my words, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, you gonna get one of the smooth losers bet.
How do you?
Yeah, isn't he gonna lose a bet or something?
Yeah, with some smooth losers bet. Bond got a Switch.
Exactly. So
I thought they switched it from
it's pretty
$150 a
funny
month.
how it's pretty funny how BG got a Switch, all that shit talking, ended up playing that. Now I bet you in sometime in 2018, Black Bond will have a Nintendo.
I
Mark it
think
down. Mark it down, dog.
Bond ain't getting a Switch unless he stomps on it with them loafers.
He definitely elbow drop.
Yeah, when that Xenoblade 2 comes out and it turns out fire this time around, he's gonna be on that watch.
You could put light on Bond. He won't do it just out of. If he does it, he won't just tell anybody.
Yeah, he's gonna have.
He probably has a Switch.
He probably has a low key.
Oh,
Yo, high key Bond's a Nintendo fan. We already know this, dog. He's a Nintendo fan. We already know this.
Yeah, but don't put rain in a game. Bond will bitch.
There was a lot of rain though in Zelda.
No, I remember I was seeing the part he put up. I was like, dude, you're in the water area that doesn't stop raining until you do the temple. Like,
Eric.
Yo, what's good? Thank you for having me. Press Start podcast crew, Kofi. It was a good time being here. Check out Brad Podcast Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. And also check out RGM, RealGameMedia.com for gaming news, reviews, updates. Yeah.
Erica?
Yeah, it was fun, you guys. Thanks for everybody hanging out live, everybody watching later. We didn't talk about it, but the Call of Duty beta, I played it.
It's kind of lit, but...
No, well, not for me. It wasn't. Didn't enjoy it, but other than that, you guys, you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Eric Cuts for the win, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, make sure you go follow the entire panel, man. Their link is in the description, and we got Gaming Addict.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys inviting me. I'm definitely the unorthodox Xbox gamer for some reason. But, definitely follow me on YouTube, Gaming Addict. Follow me on Twitter. I don't even remember what my tweet is these days, my handle. Definitely, every Tuesday at 8 p.m., 7 to 8. I don't know. Sometimes Kid has it at 7. Sometimes it's at 8. You have to get down on that. Planet Xbox. I have a podcast every Sunday at 1 p.m. called Iron Lords Podcast. That's over there on the Inner Circle. Definitely go check out their links. I definitely appreciate being on. There ain't much else I could say.
And I think that's everybody. J-Main, Alex couldn't make it today.
But I will say that people need to let Kid live in the comment section. I will say.
Yeah, J-Main and Alex couldn't make it today, so they'll be back on next week. They're a little tied up this week.
When I get a week off.
Yo, Jack, you just got a week off 2 weeks ago, bro.
All right, I need another one. Though.
They were saying in the chat.
Vacations, okay?
Yo, bro, at least I'm a good boss. You see how I be treating y'all, bro? Giving y'all vacations, BG working y'all. Yo, Weapon Wheel been on for how long? How many vacations y'all get? Yo, gave you guys like 1 day off. I
don't even remember, man. Shit crazy, bro.
That week went by so fast. He was,
Man.
he was done.
Yeah, you know, you had to back out of that road trip, but that's good, dog.
Yeah,
Glad you take that trip
Kofi. They were saying in the chat Alex couldn't make it because he had to stand down because of Trey.
Oh,
Trey told him to stand down.
back.
That's why he ain't here.
Yeah, we're gonna have Dr. Trey back in here talking some shit one day.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I heard Trey was like, I might have to tune in. Okay.
yeah, we're gonna.
It's like you got BG and Trey in the same podcast. I'm surprised the whole Crump side wasn't in that podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna have Trey back on here talk some shit, yo. Anyways, guys, appreciate all the viewers that are watching live. Really do appreciate it. Please hit the thumbs up button, it really helps. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Take it easy, people.